Let's clear and ground the energies. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to ArcanaUniverse. This is going to be Pisces, August 2025 energy forecast reading. Let's get started. One more thing before we start. Let me just adjust this. Excellent. Okay. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as a friendly reminder, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates. We do have cross watchers, so roles can be reversed. But you want to know if this is your story and which side you're on. Alright, so right away I'm getting some sort of like romance, workplace romance or crush, okay? But it's like, what I'm getting here is there's definitely some sort of like age difference, or somebody here is a lot more mature than the other. I'm getting just kind of like child at heart energy, but this person, it seems like they have been waiting a long time to have some sort of new beginning because they have been completely depleted. I see here that in the past there may have been some sort of like ending or challenges or struggles that this person was really trying to work very hard to get themselves out of. I'm getting, this is very specific, so it may not resonate for everybody, but what I'm getting here is that there's some sort of like, maybe this person, they didn't have much growing up, or like they either like lost everything and they had to start over or something like that. There's just like this energy of needing to start over and having a fresh new beginning because they they decided, somebody here decided to go after what they wanted to do, like whatever they're passionate about. And it's kind of like, it's something that this energy needed to be courageous to start. Like somebody here, they just, I'm getting this energy, somebody had nothing to lose, like that kind of energy. So it's just like they were going to give it all they got. It's like somebody starting from like rock bottom to no longer rock bottom. Like somebody here really put in the work to get themselves up, pick themselves back up. And I see here, this wasn't like an overnight success or anything like that. It really took a lot of time and dedication. And some of you guys are still kind of like waiting for this to come into reality. Okay. Okay, so it does want to keep touching up on the fact that somebody here is developing some sort of like work crush, or it's like, but it's a crush. Like this other person, like they didn't really tell this other person about it or anything like that. They're just kind of keeping their distance, keeping their eye, and trying to like study this person in a sense, and trying to figure out like what makes this person tick, and they want to know what they like and don't like, and they really want to just stick to the stick to the what they do like part. Like they don't want to do anything that would like upset them or makes them sad. Like somebody here is really being sensitive towards, this other person. It's giving a very like sweet energy, how like um and I'm also getting long distance, okay? There is somebody. I don't want to say somebody's being dishonest about their like whereabouts or their like location or something like that, or like where they live. Okay, this is a obviously this part what I'm about to say is not gonna resonate for everybody, but I am getting somebody here who's like locked up. But it's not. No, I mean, I feel like somebody took it the wrong way when I said that. Okay, not. Um, somebody here might be in like jail or prison or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, so that may be like a secret that somebody is hiding. Like they may have that kind of past. Okay. So obviously that part's not gonna resonate for everybody, but I just had to relay what I was getting. But but yeah, I just kind of get like somebody here is trapped or somebody doesn't really have like freedom, and it's becoming some sort of insecurity. Okay, because they just all they want to do is just break free and like rawr. I'm getting rawr. Whoa, tiger. Whoa. Like, okay, but obviously, if you or them is not, um, doing time, it could be that they're mentally entrapped, within their mind, is not able to break free from it, and truly go after who they want. Or what's stopping them? Okay, yeah, so like, it really could be that somebody here is, they're not able to leave their current circumstances or their environment. And so this is something that they're trying to work on, and just trying to open up and move past their circumstances. Okay? Advice for this? What I do like, what I'm getting here is that even though if there is distance, whether that's physical or emotional distance, like what I'm getting here is that somebody here is really trying their best to do what they can to not make that a challenge or not make that a big deal. Somebody here is trying to like, so it's giving off like long distance energy. And so you know how like if somebody is like in a connection where they're not able to like see each other often or what have you, it's like when they do interact or when they are together, the person that's really interested in this energy, they want to make it feel like there isn't that much different like distance, or there's like they try to make up for it somehow. And I'm getting something about humor. Okay, somebody may have like a really good sense of humor, or like they have a tendency to make the other person laugh, and that really kind of like I'm getting somebody really likes somebody's smile. It's like, so that's one of the reasons why they love to make the other person, make this energy laugh and have a good time, is because they love to see their smile like light up the room, etc. And so I'm getting here somebody also wants to be like a better person or a better version of themselves because they understand that, you know, it's not all fun and games. It's not all like somebody here really needs to mature and grow up and is able to stand up and be able to stand next to this person in a sense, like, and they've been doing a lot of healing. Two wanted to come up. Yeah. So somebody here is very nervous about communicating, okay, or trying to like communicate or come forward, because they still have some sort of healing that they need to do. They also have a fear of rejection, so they're the type of person to like keep their cards, like they don't show that they're really interested, which is, you know, essentially playing themselves in a sense. It's just like, you know, if you're interested in somebody, wouldn't you want the other person to know? So it's just like, you know, hey, like, like, but because somebody here is so, you know, afraid to show, they get anxious when just the just the idea of like coming forward and just being like, oh hey, I'm interested, or like, you know, like they don't want. I sense here somebody, even though they have a lot of like passion and this urge to like come forward and sweep somebody off their feet, so to speak, like somebody here is playing it cool, and the more they play it too cool, the more this connection is not going to get off the ground. But, you know, so, right, so I asked, is this connection ever going to get off the ground? And I mean, this is largely has to do with the fact that somebody has free will. Like, I see multiple ways this can turn out. Obviously, if somebody here is really trying to make their wishes come true in a sense, they really have to be strategic and put the effort instead of like making this some sort of fantasy. And any advice, recommendation, yeah, it just keeps talking about like somebody here needs to take action, come forward, talk, communicate, because nothing's gonna start if nothing's gonna start. And so let's go ahead and do the spinny spin portion. Okay, so that's just kind of how the message wanted to start for this live stream video. But let's go ahead. Yeah, this kept wanting to come up, right? So spinning spin. What else does my viewer needs to know at this time? 1 and a 2 and a feature. Okay. Oh, so somebody here is curious about their future. By the time I finish this portion of the reading, if we get 4 more likes, I'm going to do all signs. So that's essentially 12 additional messages from Aries to Pisces. Whether you are those signs or you're dealing with them, there may be an additional message, but I do like to reward collective effort. So if we get 4 more likes, that's what we'll do. Okay? All right. Future energies. Oh, remember that card? That card too. Okay. So it's giving off similar energies. It's like what I'm getting here is somebody is really trying to manifest. Okay? Oh, thank you. Oh, I think it's I like the way you read. I'm having you know, go figure, Mercury retrograde, but I'm having like this, like, there's a text at the bottom that usually disappears when I go live, but for some reason, it does this once in a while, but for some reason, the title of the video is covering it. So, like, the first message is sometimes very hard to read. So, if I don't read, you know, either your name or the comments, because it's really difficult for me to see it. But I appreciate, you know, the comments. I do. Okay, so let's go forward. Um, but yeah, so what I sense here, what helps is if you double comment. Sometimes I can, it pushes it up so I can see it better, but you know. Anyway, so what I'm seeing here is somebody here is trying to manifest and trying to make their dreams into a reality, because they are crushing on somebody here, and then they want to, I'm getting, they want to make their life better. It's like almost like they want to make their wishes come true as well. It's just like somebody here is doing it for them. Okay, so the future energy, because there is a lot of like options and choices, um, somebody here really needs to be strong and focused and make sure that they are prioritizing what actually makes sense. So there is some level of a gamble energy where somebody here really needs to use their intuition and instincts to know what is going to be fruitful and what is not. So I do sense somebody here that is like very stressed out. What are they stressed out about? Okay. I mean, it's love. Oh, somebody has love on their mind. Okay, so they're connecting with somebody that is very. I'm getting the word angelic. Okay, so um, this person that has a tendency to be like very selfless and giving and volunteers their time or something like that. They're just very like um, they care a lot, but they do it with grace. Like it's not like, oh, look at me. It's so funny because, like, you know, when I do this and when I channel, you know, it's just like God utilizes, you know, me, and like, and it's so funny. But anyways, I'm staying true to what I'm feeling here, but it's just like, yeah, somebody isn't like the flashy type. They're very much like very humble, and this is what's attractive to this person. But and they're also fun too though. Like it's like I'm getting lighthearted, okay? They can be lighthearted. But yeah, somebody like everything this person does, somebody here is crushing on that. They're just like, oh, like they're somebody's taking off all the green flags, and so somebody here is like, one of the anxiety factors is that somebody here thinks like, oh, is this person too good to be true? Is this like an illusion? Well, is it? Well, is it? Okay, I'm getting, okay. Okay. Oh wow. So I'm picking, so this person that has a crush, right? The thing about them is that they're crushing on multiple people. Okay. Yes, there may be one particular person that really caught their eye and exhibits like this, you know, very giving and humble nature and kindness and all of that. But I'm also getting they're crushing on other people as well, like other energies. And so that's one of the reasons why this person is not in anything in particular. It's like somebody is not making a decision. They they may have options but act like they don't have options. Yikes. Okay, so remember, I when I do these readings, okay, I see like the truth comes out. Okay, the truth comes out. Hello. I see a hello. And so I'm able to see like the true intentions and the reasons and all of that. And so, you know, it started out like, you know, it's so sweet. And then it kind of turned into, well, it seems to me like this person has a tendency to have crushes or fall easily or romanticize. And so it's almost like when they do it so much, no wonder it gets to be anxious. I'm getting this anxiety because they always get their hopes up, okay? Because not everybody is going to be kind and generous and grounded and humble like this one particular person that this energy is interested in. Some of them, some of the people that this person who has a tendency to have crushes, uh, some of these crushes are not great candidates. They're like either fake or phonies, or they may just have like this outward presence or image that makes them seem like all of those things, but then once you really get to know them, they're like completely like not like that. Or like somebody here has a tendency to fall for somebody without, I mean it, I see here it's because, you know, they want to be optimistic and they want to, you know, see the good in others and stuff like that. But it's just when it gets to the point where it's so many crushes, one after the other, it's, I'm getting like Romeo vibes. You know how like um they were in the beginning of the film, they were kind of like making fun of Romeo, saying, "Oh, you just fall in love with whoever. Like, who did you? Who are you gonna fall in love next, etc." And then the next ended up being Juliet, right? but but it's like I see here, yeah, somebody does, you know, really want romance and all of that, but it's they just have to be very mindful of who they fall for because not everybody is going to be, you know, a diamond. Okay, anything else? Okay, so the person that is worthy, okay, is actually a good person, and a good catch is if they have a really good balance between the physical, mental, and emotional. You know, I'm getting kind of like that, like a triangle of like a balance. You know, is there attraction? Okay, is there like, and are they intelligent? You know, are they smart? And but do they also have like a emotional IQ and is able to like read a room, so to speak? Because this person that has a tendency to crush, okay, they really do need somebody that is, I don't want to say is the opposite of them per se, but somebody who is able to complement them. And so somebody, the type of person that will complement that energy is I'm getting kind of like a leader energy. So they may be like an entrepreneur type, or they're the type of person to create something out of nothing. Um, and also because they're dealing with somebody who's very like sensitive and has a lot of like, I don't want to say highs and lows, but somebody who just gets like really, you know, gets their hopes up and all of that, because they get their hopes up so many times, or like for things that might not work out, they may being pessimistic and just be like, oh, okay, it might not work out, and they psych themselves out. And so they need to really be with somebody who's like kind of like is able to think and see things clearly, but at the same time be sensitive, and yeah, have this like emotional IQ of being able to be that person that somebody can lean on and put their, you know, head on their shoulder, like that kind of energy. Yeah. Oh, they're looking for like a best friend. Look, your energy coming in very strongly, and uh, so you know how they say you really you can't have like I'm I'm just trying to simplify, but you know how it's just like, you know, having a best friend. If you say, oh, every friend is a best friend, then doesn't kind of, it kind of defeats the purpose of having a best friend, right? Because they're supposed to be a little bit like, you know, they get more, it's a different tier, right? A best friend versus a friend versus an acquaintance, right? And so if somebody here is looking for a best friend, okay, or like a romantic partner, then they really need to treat this person kind of special, not like everybody else, right? Because they're in a different tier. If somebody here is trying to make somebody their significant other or what have you, and then want to go steady, they they can't treat an acquaintance like they would a lover, or vice versa. It's different tiers. And so somebody here really needs to kind of like let go of this like mask of trying to treat everybody the same, because that is just sending mixed signals, okay? It just is. Not everybody is going to know, oh, the reason why they're doing this is because they really like is crushing and they want to do that. Like, not everybody's gonna know that. Obviously, if the other person is like intuitive and all of that, sure, like they'll feel it. But like a connection, this card came out again. The connection is not going to progress or be different from the others, okay? If there is no action or communication being taken, it's just kind of like, anyways, I think I said enough for that, okay? But we did reach our goal. Congratulations. Congratulations. So we're going to do all signs from Aries through Pisces. And with all of my readings, regardless of the labels of the signs, if you're listening in, or there may be a message in there for you, or there may be a valuable piece of information that you can also utilize towards other aspect of your life. Okay, so we'll see what we have here. Remember this card? It keeps wanting to come up. All right, we'll see. Oh, it's gonna get intense. So Aries through Pisces. So whether you're dealing with an Aries or you are an Aries, Aries Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Stellium, what have you. Okay, dealing with an Aries. What do we have here? And oh, there you are. No coincidence. So feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel. Alright. Oh, thank you. Yeah, feel free to check out the playlist portion of the channel where you'll find all of the readings nicely organized there for you, from your tarot today's, monthlies to yearlies as well. So what I'm getting here, oh, somebody here is kind of tired of waiting and wants a commitment now, yesterday. They're just like, what is the stagnancy? Why is there waiting? How come somebody here is like still single, like, or acting single? Okay, so somebody here is upset that this is taking too long. Okay, what's the advice? So somebody here is going to have like a communication. Okay, I see here the reason why the connection was not progressing forward is because somebody here has been kind of dealing with depression, or like sadness, or self-pitying, or something like that. They're just kind of in like a low place, and that's one of the reasons why, like, even though this person has a good time with them or enjoys each other's company, but because they have these, inner demons, so to speak, of not being able to escape feeling low and down, etc., it's really hard for them to communicate and come together. So this energy who's dealing with, being down and all of that, they really do need to cultivate some sort of inner confidence and doing things like with momentum and action. Okay, somebody here can't drive, like, something about like taking the wheels and actually going for it is the recommendation. Okay, all right, Taurus. Okay, all of this wanted to come out. Let's take it. So Taurus, what we're dealing with for you guys, or if you're dealing with the Taurus. Oh, look at that. I'm getting battle of the egos. Okay, battle of the egos. It's talking about somebody, there's like, I'm getting chaos and fights and arguments, and it's regarding somebody is criticizing how somebody does things, like they've always done this, they've always done it this way, but somebody here is trying to rock the boat and they don't appreciate it. And so the advice here is, this, it seems to me like this happens each and every time these two energies come together, and it's just, there needs to be some sort of fairness. Okay, I'm getting something about I am getting some sort of jealous energy, okay? And the reason why there's always some sort of friction is because somebody here is doing very well financially, okay? And so somebody's ego and somebody's insecurities is trying to bring other people down. I'm getting also very clicky energy. So it's like there's somebody here who's insecure, who's jealous, who is feels like they're in some sort of competition with this energy. They also have a tendency to make other people who also knows this energy to be on their side, you know? So that's where I'm getting the clicky energy. And so I'm getting like ganging up energy. So I mean that's not fair, okay? Somebody here thinks it's not fair, but the person who this unfairness is being done to, just know that they are doing this because they are jealous, okay? They are jealous. Geminis. Okay. Oh. So for the Gemini portion, what I'm getting here is somebody here has been lying, okay? They haven't been telling the truth, and it's been weighing heavily on this person because they feel like it's like they can't truly be themselves with the person that they really want to be themselves around. But because this connection was already built upon lies, it's like this person is at a crossroads. It's just like continue with their lies, or be honest about what's going on so that they're really being able to be seen for who they are. And this person, there's a lot of anxiety that I'm picking up, and like shame. Okay, see you next time. Thank you for coming. Aww. Oh, Fifi wrote that. Let me see. Oh, don't disappear. Oh, great. Okay, do you mind copying that again? Oh man, the one time. Thank you for the super chat. I know you asked the question. Let me see if it is possible to copy and paste that and send it again. That'll be great. Otherwise, let me try to see if I can pull it up from another thing. Mercury retrograde for ya, right? Gosh, how should I do this? Let's see. Oh. Oh my gosh, I made it work. Okay. Alright. Fifi wrote asking about my connection with my man. His name is Max, having lots of anxiety. I need your insights. For sure. Okay. Well, thank you for your question. And for those of you who are also interested, okay, so I don't know how long I'm going to have this option up for, but take advantage of it while it is available. But I'm willing to stop the live stream. I'm willing to stop the live stream to answer personal questions for those who ask personal questions through super chat, and all of that information can be found in the description of this video. But alright, let's see what we have for Fifi and Max. What's the energy? And you guys can see it too. Like, how fun is this? You guys get to see in real time. In real time. Okay. And what are your what are both your signs? So we can confirm if the energy is coming through. Okay. But I'll start the reading while you confirm that. But what I'm picking up is that I am getting, two energies that are really like each other's support system. Okay. I do see here that in the past there has been some sort of like burdens, and perhaps it was very difficult to get things off the ground, but because this connection he is Sagittarius, and you are Pisces. Okay. On Aquarius cusp. Okay. All right. I mean, I definitely see fire and water here strongly, but okay, that's good. But so to continue on the reading, what I'm seeing here is that, yeah, because this connection was built upon some sort of like friendship, it's just like it's really easy for these two to like just like hang out or like get along really well. And but I do sense here that there has been a a lot of burden in the past. And remember, I'm going to go through this relatively quickly because this is not like a full on personal reading. It's just supposed to be one question, but I'm elaborating a little bit more for you, okay? but but if you would like more of a one-on-one private time, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. But so currently, what I'm seeing here is that somebody here does want to make this a success. Okay. Oh, for sure. Fifi wrote, "You're amazing. Thank you for elaborating." For sure, for sure. And so I sense here, like this is a connection, like somebody here really wants to make this work because they can see that there is a potential to be a lot of success. And I get here like there's a lot of like admiration kind of energy, like somebody here, I'm getting very like leader type, or they have a lot of eyes on them, or and I'm getting financially somebody here is either like well off or is is gaining a lot of attention. Okay. But so in the future energy, within this connection, I am getting some sort of like family or like emotional fulfillment kind of thing. So somebody here wants to build roots. They want to, I'm getting legacy, okay? I'm getting like power couple kind of energy. So there's a lot of stability and emotional fulfillment. There's a lot of like love and care. And so it seems to me like I love like the transition from the past energies and going forward. It's it was tough, it was hard, it was very slow moving, but at the basis of it, the foundation, there is this very like soulmate kind of energy of like wanting to still do things together through the thick and thin. And the way it's heading into the future, I am getting here, yeah, like somebody here wants to build, okay? But I am getting here, there is this level of like a stagnant period. Okay, I am getting that. It's like either somebody here is just, this feels more like there's a lot of like online interaction, or like somebody is keeping tabs online of like, or trying to understand more about this connection and trying to do their research, because something does feel like a very like dead end situation, and it has to do with the fact that somebody here has been focusing on their work and their abundance. So if somebody here has like goals set in place, they are kind of, instead of pouring into the emotional connection, they're pouring into their their wishes in the material sense. Okay, so whether that is doing better within their career, or trying to make more money, or trying to do all of that. But I see here it's because they want all of their foundations set first so that they can invite love into their life. And so if there is any stagnancy, if it feels like there is some sort of like dead end kind of energy, it's because somebody is supposed to really embody like their single energy at this time. Okay, so whether you're in a connection, or like you want to be in a connection with this person, what I'm seeing here is God is creating some level of space between you and them, so that somebody here can really like stand in their power and focus on their stability and their foundations. And during this time, both sides are going to be more attractive. Not just like, I'm not just talking about looks, but attractive in their energy and their demeanor, because they didn't just pour into the connection only. They poured into themselves so that they can be a better version of themselves for the connection as well. So it's like a win-win situation versus a win and lose situation if one person just decides to focus on the connection only. Okay, so final advice. Look at that. You guys, so for those of you who are listening, it is no coincidence that you guys are listening to this. Like, you guys may also be on a similar situation, or like there may be an advice or um, clarity in this reading that can also be applied to other people as well, and you'll know how it does. But what I'm getting here is just when two people want the same things, and I see here they do. Look at all of that. They do want the same thing. They do have the same end goal, so to speak. But just understand that if there is any stagnancy or a dead end feeling, or things doesn't is not going as quickly as planned, I see here somebody is working very hard and diligently so that they're in a place to invite all of this emotional happiness and stability within the connection. Okay? Nope, that is it. That is it, Fifi. That was your reading. Thank you. All right. So let's move. Let's go back to our. We ended up with Gemini, right? We were still kind of like on Gemini reading. All right. Fifi wrote, wow, yeah, he's very focused on work and foundation. Seriously, everything he says strongly resonates. Aw, thank you. Thank you for confirming and for asking. It is no coincidence. No coincidence. Oh. Okay. So we did kind of get into Geminis, but we'll see what we have here. Gemini. So Gemini is... Fifi wrote, have a good night. Thank you for the reading. I'm sure I'll be back soon. Okay, thank you. See you. Good night. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, I'm seeing some of these comments. DK Millionaire Project wrote, you're my kind of woman. Aw. Antonio. Hi. Hello, Patrick. Oh, Cannon wrote, love your smile. Patrick wrote, I like the way you read. Benaz wrote, hi. Patrick wrote, gentle and calming. Hello, Evan. Hello, Elliot. Hello, hello. Time pass. I know you want to believe this is all fake, man, but you know. I know sometimes you don't want to admit it when it's you're resonating. You're just like, don't me too. How she know? How she know? But anyway, so all right. So let's continue. Okay. So we kind of left off with Gemini, right? All right. So let's see what we have here. So Gemini, I mean, you guys are lucky because we're expanding. But so I'm getting for Gemini's portion, there is this feeling of a distance, okay? And the reason why is because somebody here has to deal with family. And the reason why this connection is not able to like progress further is because somebody is healing. But the thing about this energy is that somebody here is lying, okay? They're lying about perhaps their family or who they're already associated with, and they need time to heal because somebody here doesn't want to lie. It's becoming a burden. Okay, what's the advice? Oh, Kumar, that is so sweet. Well, why are you here? You should be in heaven. Come on now. Come on. Okay, so this person that is connecting with this person that is like kind of at a distance, there is this a lot of like physical and sexual chemistry, and that's the reason why they want to stay in this person's energy, because somebody here is very attractive. What is the advice coming through? If somebody here is really serious about this connection, they really need to commit. They need to commit. They need to go all in, and they need to stop with the fakes and the faking and the lying, because, well, one, that's becoming a burden, and it's just like it just goes against getting to know somebody and getting what they want if they're continuously going to not be honest. Okay, so Cancers. Oh, Cancers got hit with the truth bomb, or somebody got hit with the truth bomb, and they had this like whole debate and talk, and somebody here said some things that really like upset the other person, and supposedly these, you know, the this pair is supposed to be like all good and dandy and like happy times and all of that, but no, not lately, not lately, or at least, you know, this coming month. The reason why I'm getting ego, the reason why this connection is having a difficult time where people are lashing out and all of that is because it's due to ego. And somebody here does have a tendency to lie about like what they've been doing, what they've been up to, and somebody here was smart. They started connecting the dots. So I'm getting somebody here that was playing victim. Perhaps they cheated on somebody, or like they weren't living with integrity. And the person, you know, that witnessed this, or I'm getting it, this could also be like friend energy too, or like it could be a sibling or something like that, or like just a soul connection. But what I'm getting here is that somebody here, they kept lying and their lies caught up to them. And so somebody got called out. They were just like, well, you said this. How come, but you just changed it? And so it really put into question the validity of everything that this person has been saying, because I see here that somebody was doing it for ego. They were trying to, it was for their reputation. Like they wanted to give off this energy that they know what they're doing, that they are somebody of character when they weren't. When they weren't. Okay, you'll know which side you are on. What's the advice? I do sense here there needs to be some sort of like time apart, like kind of rebuilding this connection. I'm kind of getting like somebody who takes a step back to reflect and see this connection for what it really is. Some of you guys, this connection, it is going to close out because somebody here has been, I'm getting like a vampire energy, like sucking the life, like oh my gosh, it's like somebody here is sucking all the fun out, or like they've been using somebody's happiness or joy or fun time for their own benefit while just lying through their teeth. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the person who really, you know, values themselves and their time and their resources, and not willing to sit with people who are just there to take what they have, the person that person is going to wrap up that cycle and make sure they're not in a position to be taken advantage of again. Okay. All right. So Leo, hello, Evan. Can you do me next? What do you mean, do you next? You mean like a personal question? If so, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. Thank you. So, what I see here for Leos, there's a lot of romance, a lot of love in the air. So there's somebody that this energy is connecting with that is just like, I'm getting somebody who is like head over heels for this connection, who just feels like this is like a destined kind of connection. Um, yeah. So yeah, Evan, if you would like a personal, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. Okay. because I don't know what kind of personal you're looking for, okay? And so what I'm seeing here, yeah, somebody here is just kind of really crushing and is interested in somebody, and I'm getting a very like romantic time, and things are going to be moving very quickly. There's a lot of like activity going on, and it's going to feel very romantic, like almost like out of a movie kind of thing. And the reason why this is happening is because somebody here, I'm getting, finally said no, finally stood their ground, finally was stopped giving their energy towards like people, places, or things that doesn't matter. Wow, look at that. Yeah, somebody here realized that they want to be with their match, the person who is also worthy of them as well. And so I see success here. Any advice or anything like that? I am picking up on an energy that has been like confiding in like a group of people, or like it is so keen on getting other people's perspectives and feedback. And it's talking about how like the intention there is good, but it's just saying be very mindful of who they're sharing their questions or taking advice from, because I'm getting here like, for an example, like if some people are just not in a place to give advice, okay? They're just not, you know? It's like you're not going to approach a 7-year old and ask them questions about some medical study. You know what I mean? Like some people are not meant to. We have different people in our lives for different things, and I'm getting here. It doesn't mean like just because you know somebody in one aspect of your life, that doesn't mean they're going to have the answers and advice and the experience to give, or foresight to give answers that are helpful, okay? And so it's just saying be very focused instead of like scattering the energies around. It's just saying be very focused. There's something to be said about moving in silence. Not everything needs to be shared. Not every win or happiness or joy needs to be shared, because sometimes when they do that, then people who are jealous, or like who wants that, or like is not in the same place, they'll use it to their advantage, or skew it in some shape or form, or bend it to however it fits, and it's not gonna, energetically, it's not good. It's not like, I just got this like very like heavy energy. It's more of an anchor instead of letting this connection flourish. Okay. Virgos. Oh, Virgos. Okay. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so somebody here, I'm getting options. Okay, I'm getting options. And somebody here needs to make a decision. If they don't make the decision is going to be made for them. But what I'm seeing here is that I'm getting somebody who's kind of like playing with fire, or like they know that something's not going to work out, but they're entertaining it or giving it like, oh, what if? And so this is a warning for sure, okay? So I'm picking up on somebody here who's going to be wearing a mask. And so the warning is the person who's dealing with somebody who's like a liar or immature and stuff like that. It's like they're going to be there. They're going to be around. They're going to shoot their shot, and they're going to see if like they can fit into this very abundant person's life in some shape or form. But the thing is, they were entertaining like somebody the options, because I'm getting somebody who's at a crossroads of whether or not to. I'm getting the word play ball, okay? Either to try it out, to start it, to so yeah, somebody is at a crossroads, and it's very a confusing time for this energy because there is a lot of uncertainty, perhaps anxiety, because they're giving a chance to somebody who they know is not either not a good person or is a liar or a cheater, that kind of energy. All right, so Art of Soul, hi. Um, so if you would like a personal reading, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. Uh, Otherwise, all you have to do is listen, you know, and listen in, and there may be a message here for you, okay? So, but it's up to you. All right, so what I see here, it's like August is going to be very dramatic. I do see that. And somebody here is really going to have to be strict, because there's going to be somebody in this person's energy that is literally playing them. They're playing into the emotions, playing into the fantasy, and they are immature. Why? I mean, obviously it's not going to work out because somebody here is lying and all that, but I'm getting somebody here is pretending to have a lot of money, or that they have a lot of like either like assets or money and all of that, but they're pretending. Somebody here is still pretending. Advice. Okay. If this person, if it's a past person, okay, somebody that, whether it's past or present, okay, but I do sense a strong past energy coming through. Um, if they do come back, the thing about them is what's changed. Okay, if finances or feeling lack, etc., was the problem, if somebody here was continuously lying, if that was the problem, and if they come back and they're doing the same thing, nothing has changed, then the results of how this is going to end is also going to be the same. Like if nobody here has done the work, if the person coming back, coming in, if they haven't done their work, nothing has changed, then it's going to just repeat cycles. Okay, so somebody here needs to have enough self-worth and value to be like, no, no, thou shalt not pass. Oh my goodness. I mean, unfortunately, there's some level of like distance, so it's going to be easier to kind of block this connection off, so to speak. And so, yeah. Oh, that, yeah, okay. Libra. So Libra wants to have a fresh new beginning with somebody that they feel like they have a destined tie or connection to. And the reason why they want to come charging in is because there is this physical attraction, and they really view this other energy as somebody of worth and grace, and they have been doing a lot of work because they really want to invite love into their life. Look at that, yeah. Somebody here is just like looking for marriage. They've been growing, they've been learning and building so that they can really invite love and a higher level of commitment. Advice? There you are. Look at that. Okay, so it's talking about, oh my gosh. It's talking about, wasn't this at the bottom of the deck for the previous portion too? Crazy. Hello, KZ. Yes, I am doing free readings right now. I'm doing a general collective reading, but because I am great at what I do, it may feel personal. But if you are looking for a personal reading, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. Yay! Alright, so remember, if you have personal questions, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. But anyways, so the advice coming through for this is that there's something to be said about like starting things off on a friendly level, okay? Instead of like kind of like rushing in and all of that. Is because I see here somebody here needs that time and that space to really balance things out and see, you know, if this is something that they want, because I do sense here, even though somebody here wants to come charging in and go after what they want and all of that, there is this cautiousness as well that I'm feeling. And so what would help with this, the advice coming through is, you know, why make it so hard? Why not make it easier on this connection by approaching this connection on a friendship level first, okay? And so that way it's less pressure, and somebody here can really see the other person in their natural element, and like how they would behave on a day-to-day basis versus like being on their best behavior for their date, you know? Like there's something to be said about doing things like on a, like a friendship level, okay? So, all right, Scorpio. Oh, Scorpio. Have you been? Has a Scorpio been dealing with a Virgo? I mean, what do you call it? Labels aside, okay? Labels aside, what I'm picking up is there is this ending, there is this separation or like a dead end situation, because somebody here decided to use their intuition, and I'm getting like a replay button. Okay, somebody here like replayed, you know, what happened, what actually took place, and it's like a playback. You know, hello Volt. It's like a playback of like what happened. I'm doing well. Welcome, welcome. So it's like a playback of what has happened in the past, and somebody here realized that it's not going to be fruitful because it's a dead end situation, right? Hello, Miss. Welcome back. Okay. So I know some of you guys have like, you know, questions and all of that, but uh, unless you want to ask personal questions, which all of you can see in the description of this video for how to get a personal question answered. But otherwise, like, you know, feel free to just listen in and just take it in, okay? We don't have to worry too much about all the little nitty gritty details of like, oh, like all of that other stuff, okay? That doesn't really matter at this time, okay? So let's just focus on the message coming through. And so Scorpios, what I'm seeing here, or those that are dealing with a Scorpio or whoever is just listening in and resonating. The reason why this connection couldn't progress or is not going to progress is because somebody here trusted their intuition, their instincts, and was just like something is off, okay? When there was an energy shift, okay? So somebody here they felt this shift within their connection of how they couldn't help but feel like there were third parties in the mix, and people were coming in, and there was this level of uncertainty. Something that used to feel so secure and so clear started getting hazy, started getting blurry, and it was no longer a one-on-one connection, and somebody here really brought like some level of third parties into the mix, whether that is either other romantic partners or like, you know, people in this person's life that had their own 2 cents on the matter, or was taking this other person's time away from the connection. It's just like distractions, okay? And so well, it's saying, oh, so the dead end situation is a blessing in disguise, because somebody here was really able to see how things were playing out, okay? And is now able to move on and have a fresh new beginning, okay? I'm getting strong earth energy coming through. So somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn as their sun, moon, rising, or Venus. But again, regardless of the labels and the signs, what I'm getting here is that because something ended, now somebody has freed up their time, resources, and their energy for somebody who actually deserves their time and effort. Okay, somebody who's not going to keep them in the dark or leave them feeling at limbo. Somebody who's grounded and who's always going to be there. Any final words for them? So, the quicker that this energy is able to, cut the past, whatever didn't work out, the betrayal and all of that, and is able to move forward, the better it is. Okay? Alright, so let me go ahead and just reshuffle and reset, and we'll move on to Sagittarius. So now would be like while I'm organizing, you guys can ask them. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, fascinating. Fascinating. Let's get ready for Sagittarius through Pisces. Okay, I am picking up on somebody who's working on their finances. Okay, and that's ultimately what the truth has been. And somebody here is not, I don't want to say they're not happy, but they are kind of like, they want the attention and focus to be on them and not so much on their work or their stability and all of that. And it's ultimately because somebody here wants attention, like they want to be loved and supported, and I'm getting the word cuddled. Okay, they want to be cuddled, rocked like a baby. And it's very sweet, actually. Like, but somebody here, they may have a hard time showing all the affection and all of that. Like, I'm getting somebody who may have kind of like a tough exterior, or like, or I'm getting gotta go. Like, it's giving off that rabbit energy from Alice in Wonderland. It's like, I'm late. Very important date. So somebody here is just kind of like, it's like, let's go. Like, they want to get so many things done and all of that. And I'm getting here, somebody's just like, but what about me? Where's all the attention for me? Like, that kind of energy. And so somebody here is kind of like a little upset that, because I see here, it wasn't always like this. Like, there were like times where it just felt like, like things felt very like slower paced, and there was time to breathe and time to enjoy the moment. But yeah, somebody here misses that. Advice? It's talking about somebody here needs to focus on their independence and their stability. And the more that like during this time, they're able to focus on that, then more blessings, more wishes are going to come about. So if somebody here is like, I wish they spent more quality time with me, then what they're doing now, what they're building towards at this time is going to ultimately lead to a situation or circumstance where they are going to be able to free up their time. And so it's kind of like putting in the seed and the effort now and then waiting it for it to blossom later. So it's just like somebody here is not able to get what they want, so to speak, at this time. It's actually the silver lining here and the blessing in disguise here is that if one person is working hard on themselves and their finances and all of that, that also gives the other person who's dealing with this connection to do the same. They're being given the opportunity because it's not always going to be like this. The reason why all the hard work and the wish fulfillment that wants to be taking place is happening now is so that it can lead into that circumstance in the future. Okay, Capricorn. So Capricorn is dealing with somebody that they like really like and they want something more. They feel like they can be themselves with them and they're like their best friend and all of that. But there is a stagnancy and uncertainty, and due to some sort of like slow progression, it's creating insecurities, discomfort, anxiety, because somebody here just wants things to progress, wants things to move forward into something that is more like long term, committed. Uh, but it's not happening in their timeline. They're just like, why is everything taking so slow? Well, what's the advice? Like, why is something taking so slow? Okay, somebody here hasn't been vocal about where they want to take the connection or their goals. Okay, somebody here has been actually hiding and not speaking up due to the fear that it will be received badly or that they don't want to come off as clingy or something like that. But the thing is, the person that wants to be with this person, okay, they're not going to see it as being clingy. It's just like they'll if they are mature and not, you know, thinking and living off of ego, they'll understand that if somebody here wants something more, it's because they genuinely want it. So somebody here really needs to, I'm getting, somebody here doesn't want to come off as desperate, but in their attempt to not do that, they're not vocalizing what they want. Okay, it's like they're tiptoeing around other people's needs and wishes and neglecting their own. And so, no wonder there is anxiety and uncertainty and all of this want and need and wanting things to be successful and be in this emotional fulfillment, but somebody here is not speaking up. Okay? Yes, Fifi, the last one was. Yeah. Yes. I did censor it, the connection. I did censor because I was like, wait a minute, this is exactly what we were just talking about. Hello, La Crema, welcome. Yeah, this is just a short little like all signs at the end, because we, people were liking the videos and all of that, and so I wanted to throw in an extra little thing there. So we're going through the signs really quickly. Fifi wrote, "You're a great reader. I'm subbed. Need a private reading soon. I tuned back in at the right time." Oh, perfect. Yeah, no coincidence. Yes, yes. Sounds good. Okay. So, any final advice for Capricorn? So somebody here needs to really like, oh yeah, Fifi wrote that one for Sag was spot on. Oh yeah, because like, so that's why I say, roles can be reversed, because I know we do have like cross watchers and people listening in for like, for their person's sign, etc. And so, that's why I always say, oh, like, feel free to like, don't just feel like, oh, if you're an Aries but you're dealing with a Libra or something like that, like, you can listen in other areas, but definitely sometimes, like, when we use those labels, the signs, um, it just confirms it, but I wouldn't, it doesn't have to be 100%, because it's energy, labels aside, okay? So the final Capricorn message, advice. I mean, like, I threw in a lot of advice already, but the final, just to wrap it all up, is, yeah, somebody here really needs to take time and heal from this trauma of not being able to vocalize and speak for oneself, and the fear that they, it's like they don't want to come off as like they need somebody. Mm. And so, oh, cool. Cool, La Crema. So, yeah, just try to heal, because this is a mental entrapment kind of thing. Okay. Aquarius. Oh, Aquarius. So I'm getting some sort of like third party energy betrayal. Somebody got caught lying and their mask has been revealed, and like, and what I see here is somebody really did catch feelings. There was a lot of like feeling of love, and somebody here was invested, but something about distance. I'm getting like also family. So either somebody was visiting, or somebody was visiting a family member, or a family member came into town, or I don't know, or like somebody that like considers is considered like family, but during the time apart, somebody here was not being loyal. And so now there's this like ghosting energy, or like stagnant time apart, and is creating a lot of anxiety. But I see here, the person who has been hurt by the betrayal, okay, they are going to transmute it to something that is beautiful. Yay! I like that. I like that. It's just like, because it's become so draining to the point where it's hurting. Okay, so I'm getting somebody here that is like truly hurting from the pain and the betrayal, and so they're really going to I'm getting the word melt. Okay, they're trying to melt away all the hurt because they want to focus on love. Somebody here is being inspired. And this realization that, yeah, not all connections are going to work out. Because imagine every connection that we were in worked out, then everybody is fine and dandy. But sometimes there is going to be truth that's revealed. Sometimes people are not going to be their authentic self, but that shouldn't stop anybody from like going forward and trying to learn from the experience so that they can move on. Okay, and so yeah, like God wants to say, whoever is trying to put themselves out of their situation, even if they have been hurt, even if they have been betrayed, like somebody here is trying to rebalance themselves out and be fair to themselves to not dwell in this so that they can move on, move forward onto bigger and better things, so to speak. And so God is saying, keep going. That's the mindset that we want, especially after some level of betrayal, being lied to, and being in part of somebody's manipulation. It's we have to move on and we have to heal from it. And the encouraging inspiration, the motivation to do that is love. Is love. Because if somebody, people, places, or things, it didn't work out and it was due to, some level of betrayal, lying, and all of that, it's because that's God is trying to redirect this energy into something that won't do that. Okay, that is going to be more of a vibrational match instead. Okay, so we'll move on to Pisces. Don't forget about that. What? Okay, so Pisces. Okay. So Pisces. So I'm getting this energy of somebody is feeling burdened by somebody's in and out behavior. They feel like they really need to put up a fight to make this connection work. And somebody here is feeling like down and low, and this energy of like perhaps they should walk away or not give in towards this connection because they just kind of feel like, I'm getting the word like, why is it so hard? Like somebody here feels like, why is this so hard? Why isn't it as easy? It's like somebody here is they're asking themselves, do we need to put their foot down? Like that kind of energy. It's like, does somebody really need to like kind of like be a little bit more assertive and vocalizing their needs and wants, because that is the fair thing to do. Like somebody, at the same time, I'm getting it's like somebody here doesn't want to rock the boat either. It's because like they don't want to jump into conclusions and all of that because they're wondering, maybe there is other factors into why this energy is so in and out. But that doesn't discount the fact that somebody here does feel disrespected in a sense because it wasn't communicated. It was just somebody just, I don't want to say they did like a disappearance act, but it's just very in and out. It's just like when it's like convenient for them, they'll show up or they'll leave when it's convenient for them, like that kind of energy. And so somebody here doesn't appreciate that, and but at the same time they want to like show some level of compassion or empathy towards why they do that, so they want to understand more. So during this time of trying to understand more, it still doesn't help the fact that, I mean, somebody here is still kind of like sad, but at the same time they don't want to cause drama or conflict. What's the advice? Okay, it's saying, slow and steady wins the race. There's definitely some level of patience that is needed. Because I do sense here there is like a lot of like love here. There is. It's just like I'm getting something about the love languages are not matching up. Okay, like perhaps one side wants words of affirmation and time spent together, quality time, and like the other person is like acts of service, like they'll be there when you need them, but it's just like when you don't need them they're just off and doing their thing, and they want physical touch. So you see what the comparison here is that there's two people in here that care for one another and all of that, but it's just they're doing things in a different way that is causing some level of friction. Okay, and so the advice coming through is that there is love here. It's just patience and trying to learn from one another. But try to start the conversation. Try to start the conversation if possible, and there's something to be said for like planning, making some level of plan, so it doesn't feel like getting all or nothing. It can't be just like be present, 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 silence, present, 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 silence. There's got to be some level of a middle ground so that it's comfortable for both parties. It's not just one side does whatever they want and the other side doesn't, etc. Okay? Hello, Virgo. So we just did all signs from Aries through Pisces just to wrap up this reading. And so I'm sure we already discussed what you had in mind, because I'm great at what I do. But however, if you are looking for more of that like personal question that you want to ask versus the collective one, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. Okay, cool. Hello, Audra. Welcome back. Hello, Loyalty. Hello. All right. So we're going to end it there. All right. You guys have been wonderful, and thank you, Fifi, for asking your personal questions via the super chat. And Yeah, as mentioned, feel free to take advantage of that because I don't know how long I'm going to offer that because I do want it. I do offer personal one-on-one sessions, and all of that information can be found in the description of this video. But for those of you who just want something immediate and wants their questions answered right here, right now, like you know, uh, yeah, we just did that. Oh, for sure, Fifi. And so, because nothing is forever. Nothing is forever. And who knows, I might like, we'll see. All right. All right, thank you. And yeah, feel free to check out the playlist portion of this channel where you will find all the videos from your tarot today, monthly, and yearly, all organized there for you. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and feel free to share. Imagine. So it takes two, right? It takes two. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Virgo. No, because Evan said please, please, please 3 times, and I still said no. I didn't give him. I didn't do the finger, but it wouldn't be fair for Fifi, right? It wouldn't be fair for everybody else. So that is why I do these collective free ones for those who doesn't want to do the personal route. Okay, but yeah, feel free to share this video, this channel as well, because imagine if only one side of the connection is being enlightened, is doing all the work, and then the other side is just like, huh? What? What? It's not, because this is here, we're trying to benefit everybody, okay? Everybody. It's a collective effort. And so I don't want just the person who is doing the work to continue to succeed. No, not just them. We gotta make sure that the other people who needs this as well, that they're elevating and they're able to see other people's perspective as well. And it is possible that when they listen in, it's gonna go through one ear and out the other, and they'll just go back to their lives and just keep doing what they've been doing. But for those who are ready to hear, ready to make a change, whether they know it or not, they'll find their way here. And somehow, I'm a believer. Yeah. All right. So that's what I have for you. Thank you again so much for tuning in and for stopping by, especially those who commented. And I'll catch you guys on the next one, okay? Bye.